Greetings YouTube, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play in Le.Monde.Du.VAPEUR with me, Vitaly Vapour. Many thanks for coming back and joining me. For those who were with us last time, you would have seen that we took our sheep that were in a temporary residence here, and we built the wool farm. So this is the wool farm completed. Off camera, I've gone round and added the paintings in. These are paintings in the 4J Studios Minecraft texture pack, and I have to say they really do need to sort out selecting which painting you're placing down, because this literally took about 20 minutes to get this arrangement of paintings I want. And I do think it's a little ridiculous that when you place a painting down you just get whichever random painting pop up, because I doubt there are many people out there who are throwing random paintings up on the wall and going, yes, that is the one I would like. So I've gone round, added this arrangement of valves and pipes and steam vents just to make it look more mechanical, much in the same way we did on the AFK pumpkin farm. And I have to say the wool farm has been working brilliantly. In this chest I've gone through and sorted out all of the colours of wool that we won't be using too regularly, the magenta, the red, the light blue, etc. And in this chest I've taken out all the wools that we do use regularly. So obviously grey features a lot in the machine builds, black for flooring. We're going to be using the pink metal. We obviously use the yellow wool a lot. That's the floor and the wall that you can see in the background. And obviously the brown wool we often use for decorative purposes to make crates, etc. So what was all this wool gathered for? Well, other than continuing on the epic build that is Farm Hills, because obviously we will continue to expand, obviously this wall here will need filling in, we have been gathering up materials so that we can start another big build. So obviously the pumpkin farm's also doing well, nearly a full double chest there of pumpkins ready to convert over into jack-o'-lanterns. So let's make our way outside. Just grab something to eat while we await that, and close the door behind us. So we're going to start another big build, guys, because we haven't done a big build since the crane build, I would say. Was the last big build we did on camera, and since then it's been all redstone farms, automated farms, etc., which I am no redstone expert. These haven't exactly been tutorials. There are better videos that I've put links to in the descriptions and so on. But we today are going to start a build for a windmill. Now this area here in the middle that I've marked out with this circle of torches is going to be where we site the windmill. And then in the background there is a body of water. And we're thinking that we will make it look like this body of water is a spring from this hill. So this route I'm walking now, we'll probably have the river meandering down from these rocks up here. So we'll carve a channel in, and we'll have the water flowing down the hill just as I'm walking here into this pool. And then I'm thinking from this torch here, we'll carve a channel possibly 4 wide. And it will go straight through here. It may go through the hill and we may build ourselves a little tunnel, and then we'll have it pour down this hillside here and into the body of water below. So we may extend that body of water and that bridge we've got that are the entrance to the barn door of Farm Hill. So I think the first thing we're going to do is we've got ourselves some diamond tools to hand. Oh, you may just be able to hear the pumpkin farm firing off in the background. I think for now we'll look to carve this channel, and then we will check that we've got our windmill in the right place, and then I think in this video we'll aim to get the base of this done. So let's have a quick look here then. So if we leave that first block in, so we want to break out these, and then we want to break our way forwards here. Hopefully we're not going to bump into the pumpkin farm, destroying of our redstone. And we're through. Fantastic. Oh, did not mean to remove that one yet. So let's have a look then. So if we were looking at those, and we sort of thinking that the start of the base would be here. So what's that? 1, 2, and then you could have a wheel that's too long plus that one. So we want to take out these 2 runs here as well, I would say. So let's quickly do that. We want to make sure that we're not going to unearth any of the farms that are below, because at the moment where we start the windmill is the AFK vine farm directly below us, and then as we make our way towards the pool of water by the entrance, that is actually the pumpkin farm that is directly below us. So we've got to be a bit careful, but so far so good. So I don't know if we're gonna leave this as a channel. You may actually, I don't know if you guys are actually hearing, but the pumpkin farm is firing off in the background whilst we're working, so it is literally right below us. Ooh. Yep, see what we mean? That there is the top of the vine farm, I do believe. So, okay, that was a bit frightening. So, if we just mine our way up and out. There we go. Perfect. And then across to here. Oh yeah, we are actually going to have to either bring the level of this water up by 1, or we are going to have to dig down another. Decisions. I think we'll be brave and try and take this down another layer. And I think we'll take this line here out as well as part of this build. So as you guys might be guessing, this build I am trying to create as we go along. I didn't, obviously when we built the crane build over there in the background, it was quite an organic build. We sort of made things up as we went along. We weren't afraid to adjust things, and I think that really adds to the like the ramshackle steampunk appearance of the crane build. And I think that's what helps to make it so convincingly steampunk, is that we're not too worried about rules or how it should be built, and we adjust things as we go along. And as I say, I think all of those things really, really do feed into the build and help with it. So if we just very carefully here. Perfect. I think we may have to do some of this in crouch mode to avoid falling into the top of the vine farm again. Definitely. We use cobblestone there, I think, just to get us up and out. And here we have the exact same problem. That was lucky, we managed to pop that torch right out there. So if we complete this build here, perfect, and then so we're just going to blitz away all the way to the end. So while we're doing this, we'll just talk about some of the materials we're going to build. So in this episode, I'm thinking once this waterway is dug out, so it's going to be a windmill that also has a water mill built onto it. So it's got lots of gears, lots of things happening on the outside to make it look active, but effectively on the inside, it's going to, for now, be a temporary sleeping base for Farm Hill. And then in the future, it's going to have the pipe network that we're going to build that will link us to central storage. So it'll be where all the items from Farm Hill are shot across to join into central storage. So it's going to be a dual purpose, let's say, but much like the crane build, it needs to look functional and of interest. So it's going to have a real like farm aesthetic to it. I'm thinking it will have a couple of windmills on it, so a bit of a Nausicaa Valley of the Wind look to it. So windmills pointing in all different directions along with the water mill. So yeah, I think for palette of materials we're going to go for a cobblestone base to begin with, then look to build octagon, so an 8-sided shape out of mainly I think stone brick, and we'll also put some oak on it, same as Farm Hills. And then for the upper layers we'll probably switch to a round aesthetic and go back to using jungle woods, and yeah, I think that's where we'll go from there. So I'm liking this. That gives me enough room to come across with a wheel, and I think that's going to work brilliantly. So we'll worry about the rest of that landscaping soon. So I think if we don't have the materials on us, we should look to find ourselves the materials to start this build. So we'll keep a couple of stacks of dirt and cobblestone on us, but we're going to need stone brick and oak wood and cobble wall and cobble stairs for now. I think will do us. So first thing is first, let's get our cobblestone out and build ourselves a base. So it's going to be a octagon where each side is 3 blocks. So as you can see, stood on top here, go 3 blocks diagonally, and then 3 blocks in a straight row, followed by 3 blocks diagonally, followed by again 3 in a straight row. And if all has been done correctly, they will join up in the middle, and you should be left with a shape like this. Now in the center we are going to mine away all of this dirt, give ourselves plenty of space to work within, and somewhere to obviously cast a floor. Oh, bit overzealous there with our diamond shovel. See, the thing I find about diamond tools, you got to be very careful not to be too heavy on the trigger, or they're going straight through multiple blocks whether you want them to or not. And if we go there to there, take out your cobblestone again, and we will probably do ourselves a line of cobblestone just inside of these walls. This could technically be any material, but for these purposes I'm going to do this bit in cobblestone. And then if we get rid of the dirt out of it, the rest of the floor is then going to be stone brick. See how we're doing for mob spawning, because we want to be brave, we want to work through the night. It looks like we're not in any immediate danger yet. Perfect. Then build that cobblestone up again, I would say. So that's our foundation height. There we go. And the reason we do that is because we want to set these stone bricks in by at least 1, I would say. And they go all the way around like thus. Perfect. So on those, the straight sides are still 3s, but the diagonal sides are 2s. So with that being the case, take out your oak and make sure it's pointing directly straight up. And I'm going to place these here. The reason I do this is I'm trying to add a bit of thickness to the build so that it's not just a flat shape. If you find that your builds are looking a bit lifeless, a bit square, it's because there's not enough variation in the external walls, I would say, and you need to look at ways to add more shape to a build. So I'm going to take all of these up by 3 to begin with. That one go up another one? Yes, it did. Yeah, it should only be sticking up by 2, shouldn't it? Because it's already got 1 down. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so again with the stone brick, work our way round. Hopefully this is going to look the way I'm thinking it's going to look. So the next stage will be to plan out a circular balcony above that will start to form in the jungle planks, and we'll use jungle fences and stairs to add supports, and we'll probably use a different fence wood to add a balustrade up there, or maybe even glass panes. Oh, that could be good because they're gold framed in this texture pack. And then we will look to add the actual windmill above in a in the yellow wall, so it'll be in like the yellow metal to match the rest of Farm Hills. So if we work our way down to here, we'll probably add in the cobblestone steampunk windows that we used on the crane build. So there'll be a language to our builds that follows through from all of our buildings. Oh, we have ourselves an enemy. What should we do? Is he gonna leave us alone to record the last few minutes of this video? Or do we go for taking him out? I think he's gonna leave us alone. Ooh. Bad on the second shot there. Bad on the second shot. Who else is around? Come on, show yourselves. I don't believe he's the only one around. Is he coming for us? I think he might be. Perfect. Let's take ourselves over there and see what he dropped. If we can. Not in that direction apparently. And then we're going to quickly come back and do the last bit of detailing on the outside of this build, and that will take us probably to the end of this build, but for sunup I would say. Can I retrieve an arrow? I can. Oh, lovely. Can we make that jump? No. Oh dear. If you can't have fun, injuring yourself at night, when can you have fun? So, looking at the outside of this build, I'm thinking we add cobblestone to the other side of these oak columns, just to make it look like they're set into the ground a bit more. Bit of additional strength to them. Make it look like we're holding the build up. And then in these corners, I'm thinking we add cobblestone wall. So that's in this center one here, just 3 pieces going straight down. Again, just to add a bit of interest to the build, stop it looking like just a flat shape basically, which is why we don't build it in a square as well, because we're very conscious that things are to look a little bit odd, a little bit different here. So if we were to, I think if we were to do that as well, that adds to the build. See, on this part here, we're going to build out our water wheel, so we'll need to look at how we do that later on. But for the minute, we just look to do that. We got another skeleton. That is definitely Skeleton Hill over there, isn't it? Just watching our backs here, make sure nothing's come over the horizon whilst we've been running about. Perfect, perfect. Pretty happy with that. Now it's where we're going to enter when we come up. Obviously the entranceway will be somewhere from the vine farm, which is, as we know, directly there. And there was that 2-width door opposite it. I think we'll have a 2-width door that leads up to maybe an elevator at the top of that water course. We could have a winding path that comes down to a bridge over this canal, and then I think we could place the door in this corner here. So maybe we look at that now. So to place the door, we're going to need these broken out, I would say, and we're going to need a couple of items. Definitely going to need just a couple of bits. Let's find ourselves some stone and some jungle wood plank. We've already got one jungle wood door and we've got wooden planks. So if we go to mechanisms, we'll have one of those and one of those. And if we go to doors, forgot you have to make three doors at a time, but we are only going to need 2. So if we work our way around to here, this will probably take us to the end of today's build. Let's see how we get on though. So doors, will they line up with a wall above if they're there and there? Yep. So we just got to work out how to fill in the wall, but that's not going to be too difficult. We'll place that down for now. And we're going to wish we didn't do it that way round, actually, I think. Looking at it. Let's take that one away for a second. Oh, don't tell me. Breaking it by hand broke it. Okay. Not a problem. Luckily, stone's pretty common. We're not gonna let a little thing like that worry us, are we? Okay. Now, I have to say, unfortunately, we are going to break these doors, but it's only because we haven't planned ahead here. Because we didn't know we were going to do this when we started building, did we? No, we did not. This is the joys of making things up as you go along, you see. So, the doors, if we place them from the outside, you see, they point inwards on that corner, which is very useful. And then we're faced with the problem there that we need a block there, don't we? Because, aha. Not a problem. Not a problem. And what we will do is, if we take out ourselves some cobblestone, I think we can do this rather neatly. Yes. See that? Using the cobblestone wall just adds a bit of interest towards that door and makes it clear that that door, this one here, is opening in the wrong direction. Perfect. There we go. Oh, I'm pretty happy with that. And then we come in on the corner and we'll have our, yes. And we could even possibly, oh no, we can't change those for stairs because it would be visible on the outside, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. No, leave those as they are. But other than that, guys, I'm really happy with that as a bit of progress. That is a fantastic looking base. And I would say that is a good start to this big build. So many thanks for joining me this time. I hope you can come back in a week's time and we'll look to add the next level up. We'll switch to the jungle wood and we'll switch to building the round level, and hopefully we'll get into the actual windmill part, and perhaps we can even add in the water wheel. So many thanks for joining me. Look forward to seeing you all next time. Till then, goodbye.